Hello, these short videos were created to introduce Columbus functionality that are enhancements built seamlessly into the Microsoft Dynamics NAV solution. Using simple examples, we'll highlight key Columbus functionality that's being used by the process industry today. For many years, Columbus has worked with various types of processors and their product lines. Columbus has the solution, experience, and support to meet processors' unique ERP system challenges. This specific video highlights Columbus's formula management, batch scheduling, and process recording and reporting. This is a formula for a processed item, a chemical, resin, pharmaceutical, for example. A where used lists the intermediates that this formula is assigned. In this example, the intermediates is our batch item. Each of these versions represent a unique formula for the intermediate. The certified version is currently being used in production, while version 3 is under R&D. Looking at the R&D version, the General Fast tab maintains base information about the version. The start date and the status of the version can be changed as often as needed. The Lines Fast tab maintains the actual formula and possibly instructions themselves. This item requires Columbus's pre-process activity, an activity required to be completed prior to the production's use of this item. Defrosting, mixing are some examples. Columbus's lot preferences are assigned to any component item which requires lot-specific attributes to be considered valid. This ensures the right material is being used to maintain consistent quality. Columbus's unapproved items allow for R&D to work with formulas to investigate the impact of potentially new items being used. Finally, a phantom bomb can be used to isolate a sub-process without maintaining that as an intermediate. The Equipment Fast tab is where the equipment used in production is assigned to the formula. It includes the min and max capacity, quantity, and the fixed and variable time it takes to produce the item. Routings can be utilized to outline production processes based on locations. The Cost Fast tab is where you can enter an activity-based costing incurred during the production of the formula version. The resource that is entered on a line can be a person, machine, or other. The Formula Batch Size Fact Box displays the input and output weight and volume for the formula version, as well as the formula version's density. It's possible to modify the total weight or volume and have the system modify the other to preserve the formula's calculated density. Density override allows the user to 1. Simply adjust the yield percentage for the entire formula, or keep either the total weight or volume of a formula constant when making changes, resulting in a change to the formula's density. The formula cost by weight and volume and the formula cost active give per unit information both about this version and the active or certified version for comparison purposes. This is a finished good item. The production BOM number field maintains the packaging BOM number, and Columbus's production grouping item field is indicating the intermediate item used to produce this finished good item. Looking at the Lines Fast tab for the packaging BOM, we can see it takes 25 pounds of the intermediate item plus packaging to complete. Nav and Columbus offer full production planning and scheduling tools, but here we're focused on one tool, to plan batches on the intermediate item's demand. We first run Columbus's batch planning worksheet. Our 3 batch planning panes are giving us views of the finished good item, the equipment by day, and the order details. In addition, we have visibility to any maintenance on that equipment. This is possible because Columbus has a maintenance management module built into NAV. Next, we decide to start our planning based on specific finished good items. Selecting the items involved in the batch will determine the total batch quantity. Either a single or multiple picks of equipment can be selected to produce the intermediate item. Either way, based on earlier setup, the batch quantities are calculated. The minimum allowed batch size means that there may be a residual amount of intermediate produced. Planning calculates what can be done with this, and the user makes the final decision. Finished good package orders will display any equipment that has been assigned, and the user again determines the planning. Finally, once complete, we can generate production orders. Again, this is a very select view of what Columbus offers. Processors that produce in batches need an ERP solution that allows them to produce multiple batches from a single item's total demand. Our final topic is production reporting. Following or during the production process, consumption and output reporting takes place. Columbus's experience working with processors is extensive, from a paper-driven, after-the-fact process to full, real-time consumption output postings, including integration to key equipment like scales and labelers and packaging. Working with any method, Columbus offers a tool called batch reporting. This tool gives the processor a view of any previously posted production activity, while allowing also for additional postings to be made. We've entered in the production order number, and the system has pulled up our intermediate split into batches and the packaging production orders. There are 3 panes, with the first showing the production orders. The output pane is where we can assign lot numbers and enter quantities. Purposely, we'll overproduce this batch by 10 pounds. Reviewing in or entering quantities on the consumption pane give over and under quantity variances. Selecting a lot that does not conform to lot preferences will require confirmation. We repeat this process for the second batch, so I'll move faster. Next, we'll enter output and consumption for the 2 finished good items. Our first finished good output item is a catch weight item, so we must enter the weight for all the cases. On purpose, we'll enter a weight outside the 5% tolerance setup, and the system alerts us. This helps to maintain data integrity. Compare this to the second finished good item, which is an exact weight item, so the system calculates the alternate weight for us. Since we used the intermediate to produce the finished good, and we indicated we overproduced on one of the batches, we can use a Columbus tool called Balance Intermediate to have the system adjust or align the intermediate output to consumption. This maintains lot tracking integrity required for the processor. Finally, we'll add an additional line for the packaging item. We do this to indicate that a quantity was scrapped. This improves our yields and costing accuracy. At our first posting attempt, we have the system tell us that one of the item lots has a lot status equal to scrap, a status that does not allow for consumption. So we'll switch to the correct item lot and post. Our final message is that we haven't consumed all the anticipated quantities, again maintaining data integrity. Columbus offers yields and costing by pound reporting out of the box. A note, while not shown here, co-byproduct formulas and item processes are part of the Columbus granules. If either of these are important, please let us know. That completes this overview video. We anticipate you may have more questions, and we welcome the chance to discuss further your business needs. Thank you for viewing.